Make sure we got all this stuff set up. Um, okay. Okay, that's good to go. All right. I'm gonna give people a few more minutes to get in here, and I'm setting up the stream. Anybody got any questions?
Greetings. I do, but I believe everyone is much further ahead than I am, so I will message you separately.
No, you can ask me now. That part doesn't matter because everybody's going to start at different places. Everybody's going to understand the information differently. So it's best if we like open floor things to help each other understand better. So what do you need?
Okay. Um, let's see. Got some notes here. So I've started with the courses, and I realized as I went further along, I'm in a region where we're not able to use what is it, Perry? Oh, sorry.
Well, not para.
Para, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not able to use the Para wallet in my region.
Okay, so that part doesn't make sense. Are you referring to where you have to buy algo inside of the wallet?
Yes, I cannot purchase it.
Okay, so that's something different from the actual wallet.
Okay, so
Um,
they worded it the wrong way, but
no, it's cool. So
I'm not.
basically, the wallet is where you hold the funds, but inside of the wallet, it gives you, access to other things that you can do. Like you can buy crypto, you can send and receive it, you can hold assets, you can browse the internet. So in your case, you would need. Don't you have Coinbase? I think you got Coinbase already, right?
I do.
Okay, so as an example, you would buy your crypto on Coinbase and then you would send it to your Para wallet. And then from there, you would be able to navigate and do whatever it is that you need to do.
Perfect. Okay, that's what I needed to know about that. Send.
You got another one?
Yes. I'm trying to look through my notes where I had the little question marks. Um, okay. So the let's see, select the blockchain network to explore. Okay, never mind. I think I answered my own question with explorers because isn't that where you basically do your research of the blockchains?
On the Explorer?
Explorers.
Yeah, so the Explorer is how you can look into different accounts, look into different wallets, look into the transactions. So, for example, this is allo.info. This is the Explorer, the new Explorer for the Algorand blockchain. I have an Algorand domain, so obviously my name is attached to the wallet address, so it's popping up with my name. It'll tell you, give you an overview of my little bio that I have that's connected to my domain, my segments, my Twitter for verification, email, right? Kind of because some people are going to want to have a Web3 identity just so that, like, for example, this is my name. So there's no reason, as long as you know this is my name, that you should get scammed or send money to the wrong person if I'm telling you to send the money to this name, right?
Mm.
So like that's one of the benefits of this. You check the transactions. Remember, all transactions are instant and all transactions are final. So you can see all of the transactions that I've been making today. And the only reason you would know this is my account is because it has my name on it, or I've given you my address to send me some assets. And then you can also see what assets I'm holding. So this is what an Explorer does. And then it works the same way on other, what is it, probably Scan? It's probably Scan, right? Yep. So like Polygon, for example, they have a blockchain explorer for their network as well. And then so does Ethereum and Bitcoin. So you're able to track down transactions. There's never a reason that you should not know where the money went or where it's at, because it's all tracked and recorded on the blockchain. So those are the explorers. But the main explorer that we're using right now for class is allo.info, so that everyone is able to track their domains and any of the assets that we're going over in class. Did that clear that up for you?
Yes, that did. That cleared that up. And let me see. I have one more question. I'll find it through my notes and then I'll get back to you. I apologize.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. Real quick. Brother Dennis, what's going on? How you feeling?
Feeling pretty great. Seeing how the market is
Yeah,
moving, seeing we still getting a little pop up before the drop. So hey, I'm here for it.
yeah, I'm looking at how I want to readjust my loans and everything now, since I'm able to anticipate this better now.
Right?
Yeah, I was looking at. Oh, you know what? I made another accomplishment yesterday, man.
What you do?
I got an ETH. I got a whole ETH now, finally, for the
That's
first
what
time.
I'm talking about.
First time ever.
And you're using that collateral, right?
Of course I am. What else would I do with it? Hold it?
Right.
Yeah. So now I got my line now where I'm at. So when I see this thing shoot to whatever, I'll be able to track back.
Hey, you can now use it for your uptrend and your downtrend.
I got the InstaDApp back going, but I'm gonna actually need to, because the same thing you can do with InstaDApp on with Polygon, you can also do it with AVAX and OP and basically all the other ones that's on there, right?
Yes, sir. I'm having difficulty with Arbitrum, but the rest of them are working like work. FTM doesn't work either. Arbitrum
Yes.
FTM isn't working right on there, but the rest of them are.
Okay, so I got one that I was looking into, but it's not that at all. It's not as good as I wish it was. But it's on Arbitron, and I think I forgot the other one. But it's new, and this is actually a part of the crypto credit score stuff. So I was checking it out. Like, this is one of the platforms that they pull your transactions from, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the user interface is like, it's clunky compared to what we used to, I guess you could say, right? I'm used to InstaDApp and Aave, and then obviously, folks' finance is a lot sleeker than it was at first too. Man, would y'all believe it? This shit was just at 8%. It was just at 8% before I started this call.
Yeah, market.
That means the market pump up. But see, I got that thing right there. I was like, damn, I'm finna make it. I'm finna cross a milestone. But I want to highlight this real quick though, because when I noticed that, so now that I have one ETH, we know one ETH is $2,500, right? And this is how much ETH I actually have borrowed, right? Basically 10%, you could say. So the way that I'm looking at this, without looking at the chart, this is without looking at the chart. When this ETH goes to $300, obviously I know that this grew as well. So then I have the option. I can just let it ride because I don't have to pay it back. Or I could kill it and I'll restart and go back to 300 or 500. Because as long as I'm stacking over here, this is my main goal. Like, you know, I had to knock some down, but I had 25 AVAX here. I had like 65 Chainlink, and then Chainlink's been going crazy. I got a few Sol here. So overall, that's what I wanted to share with y'all. Like, I got to get my USDC and collateral back up so I'm able to do my 1-2. But what I do is I take the USDC and then I'll cancel out one of these, which is why you see the Bitcoin down at $28. I have Bitcoin at as high as $500. But by me knowing how to, you know, move between the loans and between the assets, I'm able to constantly stack all of these and just knock these down whenever I feel is an advantage for me. Other than that, I don't mind holding the debt because, like, you know, one thing that I could say I learned from Dennis, the market gonna drop, right? And not just because of the fact that people are selling, like it's gonna drop and it's gonna dip and it's gonna take you down there. So you have to be prepared for that to come. Otherwise, you're crazy. And I learned that the hard way last year. No, I learned that the hard way. 2022 when I lost that 8,000 the first time because all I had was the uptrend going. Right, all I was doing was banking on the account to go up, 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 and it was good. It was feeling good. I was, you know, enjoying it, but I was not aware of the big dips and the big swings and why they happen. So now that I didn't got to this point where, okay, I got 2,900 in Algorand as collateral, and I've only borrowed 200, which is another again around 10%. Now I'm a little off on my USD, but I don't mind holding stable debt because of what I'm doing over here. It makes it easier for me to stack these assets. But I own $123 in AVAX, but I got 800 in AVAX. So like the only thing that's I'm concerned or I want to focus on so that I can share with y'all is what it's like when you have more USDC in your collateral compared to having more USDC in your borrow. So I've been there, you know, early on when I first started it this way, but as time went on, I just been milking it and stacking. So as I get better and I, you know, change things up or see something, I'll share it with y'all. But do I got any questions on private banking while I'm on Folks Finance? No, no question. Everybody good on that? Could you go over InstaDept and its uses? I'll share what I know about InstaDept. Y'all know Dennis is the one you need to go to his class and, you know, get the time with him to learn how to work InstaDept better. I've forgone that and just decided to go crazy on Folks Finance. I wish they had Polygon. I can't wait for them to put that Polygon on now. And it's coming, so I'm, you know, just gotta hang tight.
I can help out. InstaDApp is basically still the same thing that y'all do with Folks Finance. But one reason we like InstaDApp is that you see them clicking that right there. All of those networks were able to change in and out of decentralized. With Algo, it's a little different. The only network you can use decentralized is changes to swap into would be Ethereum. So those gas fees could get kind of expensive. But if I wanted to, like, Walt wanted to pay me in Matic, but I want to move it over to my AVAX network, I can do that easily through a bridge, and it's going to still be fairly cheap. Hey, is there a link just in class for Damone can't find Zoom? Somebody can't find the Zoom link, Walt. But Back to
Who are they and where are they?
he said Damone can't find the Zoom. I don't know who Damone is,
Where are
but
you reading it at? And it's at the Zoom?
in the chat, he said, "Never mind, he found it." All right.
Oh, as well. If anybody, so hold on, before you continue, bro, let me say this again. Let me just clarify this case anybody confused. All right. Mondays and Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Time, we have the morning come up. We go over new information. We answer questions because I know we got new people and we got older people in class. Brother Dennis be joining us, sharing more information, giving clarity and insight on more about the market. If you are in any of the classes of Block Cycle, you have access to the stream where the link is always posted prior to class. If you do not have the classroom, you need to get in the classroom because that's the only way that you're going to have access to the link because you got to register and all of that. Otherwise, you'll be able to watch it from YouTube and, just see what we got going on, follow along, learn what you can. But if you actually want to get into it and get to it, you need to get in class so that you're able to keep up, whether you're on the calls or not, because the replays are available and all of the information that we're going over is already inside of the class. This is just review. This information is already in your hand, in your app. Just as easy as you go on Facebook and TikTok, you can go into the Google Classroom and read for a few minutes or watch a video for a few minutes and get some clarity on how you're going to start making money every second of 2024. All right, Brother Dennis.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. Back on InstaDot.
All right. So, as I was saying a little bit earlier, yeah, so we like InstaDApp for the fact that we couldn't swap between the networks like Ethereum, Polygon, Base, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and even Optimism. We're able to go in between those when need be, and we can use all those the same way. So a lot of people always ask me, Dennis, what coins are you collecting? Mainly these. And the reason why is because I can borrow against all of them, Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, OP. These are some of my top choices because as I'm collecting them, I can, just instead of selling them, I can borrow against them. And the reason why that's important, the story I like to always bring up is when I first bought my Ethereum miner, right? I spent $1,500 at the time. I think ETH was a little less than $100. So I spent about 17, 18 Ethereums, and at the end of the day, I'm hurt that I spent that much Ethereum. You see how excited Walt is over getting one. And I sold 18 of them, you know what I'm saying, at one point in time just to get a miner. Now, they eventually paid me back. But what if instead of spending my ETH, I was able to just borrow against it? You know what I mean? Instead of giving up that 17 Ethereum, what if I had enough Ethereum, I could just borrow $1,500 from myself and still keep and hold that Ethereum? You know what I mean? Where would I be at now with an extra 18 Ethereum in my wallet? So we're gonna end up, a lot of you are new. You're gonna have that same question that you're gonna ask yourself 3 years from now with the Avalanche that you're spending, with the Matic that you're spending, with the Algo that you're spending. Like, dang, what if I didn't spend that Algo back at 18 cents? I'm looking at Algo at $18 right now. What if I'd have held all of my Algo tokens until now? That's why we're borrowing against them and not selling them. So InstaDApp is just another place where you had that option with a couple of more assets over just the ones you have access to on Folks Finance. And then he's bringing up Kenza. This is another one that works similar. This is on the Smart Chain network, the BNB network. We can actually, instead of selling our BNB, we can borrow against it, right? BNB just moved like crazy not too long ago from 300 to 340 or 350, something in that area. So instead of actually selling off your BNB when you take profit, imagine being able to just to borrow against it and take profit, all while still holding BNB. What if BNB goes from 300 to 3,000 in this bull run? Are you gonna want to look back and say, yeah, I remember I was selling BNB when it was at $300? I had to sell 2 or 3 BNB for whatever you needed to buy to pay a bill. Instead, you can borrow against that BNB, pay your bill, and still have BNB for whenever that come up comes. So this is why we're using different platforms. He's starting y'all off with Folks Finance because it's a great way to get started and introduced. But as you go and as you grow, you're going to want to add more to it. We're using MarginFi, we're using Kinza, we're using Instadap. You know what I mean? We have them on different networks. So we don't have all our eggs in one basket. As you see, you got the Phantom wallet up, you got the MetaMask wallet, you got a Para wallet. If something was to happen to any one of these networks by themselves, he's not going to be completely screwed because he don't got all of his money on Algo. He don't have all of his money in MetaMask. He don't have all of his money in Solana. You know what I'm saying? He spread with his eggs in different baskets. So that's basically what we want y'all to learn. Folks Finance is the introduction, but then we're going to get y'all to understand even more decentralized self-banking platforms.
Appreciate you, brother Dennis. So this is basically alternative folks, basically. Yep. All right. Anybody else got any questions? I just want to make sure everybody can get caught over the Explorer. What I wanted to go over next. All right. So everybody that has a segment, everybody that has a segment, we're gonna start doing giveaways for Pigo segments. If you own a segment, you automatically qualify for the giveaway. So if you don't win right away, you just wait your turn. We got this, and then we have the NFTs. NFTs have the staking set up. So if you hold an NFT from Pigo, you will receive staking rewards daily. Basically, you earn more Pigo every day.
Wealthy Rising.
What's going on? What's going on? How you feeling, Jay? Okay. All right. So this is where we're going to be staking the Pigo NFTs. So if you own a Pigo NFT, I want you to go to staking.flippingalgos.xyz. You're going to connect the wallet. Which one is this on? Okay. So, voila. So remember, the same exact thing for Block Cycle. This is a way for people to, learn and earn. So this is the NFT that was sold on Algo Gems. Algo Gems is the NFT marketplace. So this is where we're going to learn how to buy, sell, and use NFTs. We can use this platform with that. Slow. All right, there we go. All right, so make sure when you get to Algo Gems that you follow this page. Make sure that you set up your own page because this is a part of class. This is for Wealth Class 3 people specifically. I want you to know how to create an NFT, how to buy an NFT, how to sell an NFT, because this, for me personally, I love the tokens and the coins and all that, but just the way that you can create an NFT and provide utility for it is just amazing, I'm gonna say. So just, I encourage people to learn more about how NFTs work, what can be done with them. Somebody got a question? Yeah, okay, all right. So you're gonna go to Algo Gems so that you can see which NFTs are available. All you got to do is go put in your offer. So like you see right here, we got a few offers for the NFTs that are available. So since I'm on here right now, I'm just gonna accept a few of these. And this is the same exact thing. If you buy an NFT, either right after you buy it or later on, you can go back to Algo Gems and then you can list it for sale. Right? You can list the NFT that you own for sale so that someone else can put in an offer. And then you'll see that they're offering. You can accept their offer. Once you confirm it, you receive the funds, and then they automatically receive the NFT that they put the offer in on. And that's just how you. And this is how you get your Pigo NFT, right? You go put in your offer. Once you get it, you go back to staking.flippingalgos.xyz. You verify that you hold the NFT. Now your NFT is, and then you'll start earning daily. And we're gonna be voting soon. We're gonna raise the price for segments. So for those who didn't get in when they could, the price of admission to join is gonna go up on membership. Remember, funds from segments go towards the Pigo Folks Finance account, and then all of the other accounts that it has. We have a treasury, a staking wallet, and then we have the NFTs. So the funds from segment, funds from NFTs will go into the Folks Finance account. And then when we pull money out of here, we'll use it for either lofty investments in real estate, going to a different chain, increasing liquidity pools, like different things will be on the table for us all to, vote on and things like that. I'm doing all of this manually to make money to get this block cycle protocol built. But hopefully everybody get the gist of, what I'm saying, what's going on. Any questions so far on the Pigo stuff? Anybody? You know, y'all good. All right, so that's Pigo. All right, let's do this real quick. I like doing this. We're on the daily charts. So we're looking at how Algo performed every day. Look at that. And Dennis would have called this, which he did, if I'm not mistaken. So at the top of the year, we was in the new moon, and that's the dip, right? I'm in the green. I'm plus with Algo because I've been in so long. But for those who got in at the beginning and you've been following along in class, let's just say this 33% drop in Algo since the beginning of the year would have hurt a lot of people still, right? Some people would have quit. Some people would have lost money. They would have got frustrated. They would have called it a scam, this and that, this and that. For those that are in the classes in the community that we are learning, Web3 and DeFi, you have the ability to capitalize off of a 33% drop in the market using the strategies that we be going over. The average person is going to buy an asset and just hold it. They are not going to leverage it. One, they may not know how. Two, they may be too scared to do it. So we want to help others with that. This is why we have the morning come-up call so that we can illustrate and show you how to do this, give you a better understanding of what you can really be doing and taking advantage of this. Because imagine, like Dennis said, instead of selling your assets, instead of spending your money, right? You go to work, you hustle. When you go to work and you hustle and you make that money, what do you do with it? You hold it until it's time to pay a bill or pay for things. Instead, you can learn to set up your private bank account, and that, let's just say 50,000 or 100,000 that you earn throughout the year, you can have that put in your private bank to the point where that 50,000, 80,000 is still sitting in collateral, and you've still been able to borrow and pay your bills. That's why there's no personal information required to start this. There's no minimums to start this, and you get same day results because we're using blockchain technology. This is the purpose of the Explorer, so that you can monitor your transactions in real time. It doesn't matter if this is $100, 1,000, 10,000, or a million. The concept is the same. The strategy is the same. So I want everybody to just focus on getting the basics, because you can do this on several different blockchains, several different networks. There is no limitations to this. The technology is constantly evolving, and there's more and more people coming into this space. Something else I want to highlight. So Bitcoin, damn, look at that Bitcoin. All right, so let's say 90 days ago, right? Without looking at the chart, 90 days ago, Bitcoin had a market cap in the 700 billions, in the 700 billions. It was just 950 yesterday, right? And I was telling somebody by the end of the year, for sure, this will be 1 trillion, right? This will be a $1 trillion asset. And it basically costs $50,000 for one of them. That's why I'm so happy to be able to have one ETH, because it's 2,500, and it potentially can go as high as this one day too. And just, it's all green right now, you know? So like, if you invested in AVAX, you're green. You invested in Chainlink, you're green. Even if you invested in XRP, you could be green. I mean, like Dennis, I think I hit that point with XRP too now, especially after that recent little hack situation they had, or whatever the case was. So I like what the utility is, but this one I'm definitely not married to. I'm not gung-ho on like I was at first, now that I understand more. But just keep track of these numbers. The tokenomics tell you everything, right? If you've been watching and doing your research, you would have noticed yesterday that Bitcoin was at, $950 billion. So $20 billion came into the market within 24 hours. Did you get a piece of it? I know I got a piece of it, right? I got a piece of it right here using this strategy, right? This is all I'm doing with Folks Finance, essentially, right? To keep it simple, I know that this platform has $124 million total value locked. So I'm using the private banking strategy to fatten up my account from what's in the market. Same thing applies with the InstaDApp, and InstaDApp actually has $2 billion total value locked. So once you just understand the numbers, it'll improve your strategy, because you're going to make decisions based off of your circumstances. Like, I've been able to run my mouth enough. This is my birthday time. Y'all see that? 10/16. But anyhow, so the market is pumping right there. You see? $17. I would have made more if the account was already over 10%, but when we got on the call, it was at 9%. And now that we're about to get off the call, I've made $17 in this hour. And that's not done yet, right? Because now it's back over 1% again. Right? I told you, once you get the account over 10%, you're cooking at least $100 a day. Now all you have to do is learn how to manage the funds. Right? I haven't even did anything with the money that I borrowed yet. I'm already borrowed $20. And here's the beautiful part though. So that $20 that I just borrowed, right? And it's just for y'all right now that I'm gonna do this one. You know what? I'm gonna leave that on there because I want to do this. With that same $20, I'm gonna add that same $20 to collateral. I could have withdrawn it. I could send it to Instadap. I can send it to Kansas. I can send it to I can't send it to Juno right now. They got some issues going on with my account. I'm still waiting on them to get back to me. But I could basically withdraw the funds and spend it if I want. But instead, I'm going to continue to stack the money. But do I got any questions while we on this part? Right, you see the market is moving. So if my account is going up right now, you know, as long as your account is set up properly, you should be in the green. You should be plus. You should be over 10%. You should be borrowing as well. But any questions? I got to mute y'all. I think I got to mute. No. Okay, y'all. Unmute yourselves. Anybody got a question before we get off here?
I don't got a question, but I got something I wanted to add. As y'all see, the way that Brother Walt's charts was just looking, he had the moons pulled up on his chart, and those kind of help us understand when to be bullish and when to be bearish. If you're interested in learning and going deeper into that class, I'm hosting the class based off of donations. So there's no minimum that you got to, well, there's a minimum of $199. But anybody that want to join and learn more about the moon cycles and how you can use this to, you know, increase or compound your folks' finance account or Instagram account, feel free to reach out and tune in. The class will be on the 24th. That's our next full moon. And it'll be at 7 o'clock Central. So that's 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. Anyone interested, feel free to reach out.
I appreciate that, Brother Dennis. All right, so if nobody got anything else, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Y'all know, check the YouTube for the replays, check the classroom for any content. If anybody missed it and you know they missed it, you can tell them where to find it. And for all of the new people, or for referring new people or telling new people, class 1 is $75. Right? Somebody want to get their feet wet, they want to start off with the basics. Class 1 is $75 for them to get into the classroom, start going over the basics so they can see how they can start getting themselves together. Okay? They need to get a block cycle segment before they can get access to the classroom. Any questions before I click the red button? All right, everybody good? So Friday, we're going to get back at it. Tomorrow, I'll be going over some NFTs, how to farm the NFTs, how to stake the NFTs, and also earn daily. This is separate from what we're doing with Pigo and flipping algos, but there's always ways to earn from these NFT projects without being sold on all of the hype that comes behind them. All right, so I'm going to go over that tomorrow, make a video, asking some questions. And we're just going to keep building. This month 2, day 12, the Bitcoin halving's coming, bull run's coming. People should have, you know, at least 10 income streams within their first 30 days of starting class. So if you don't have 10 income streams yet set up, come to class, comment, post in the groups. Like, let's make sure that we all have those at least 10 income streams. If you've been with me for a while, then you should have at least 20, 30 different ways that you're earning right now. All right, I appreciate y'all. Which classroom is that in? Which classroom is what in, DJ? Wealth class 3. Wealth class 3. Yep, wealth class 3. You know, and I did a poll in order to get wealth class 1 to $75, right? So y'all know that. So if you're not in any of these classes, if you're already in class and then you don't have one because you came on the 3rd class or you came just now in the 5th class, anyone that's already a part of the classes, anyone that has a block cycle segment, gets a discount on any of the other classes that they get access to. Remember, you're paying for access to class because those funds go to support the class and they go into the wealth class token liquidity pool, which goes for benefiting everybody that actually holds the wealth class token. All right. Okay, on that note, we out of here. I'll catch y'all later. Post inside the group if you need me.